Guys, this is what I picked up for the groceries for the week. For now, I'm gonna be cooking from ingredients that I have at home and just a few top-up items. So I grabbed this huge cabbage for $3.99 at my local green grocer. And then my partner picked up these chocolate croissants. The mushrooms were actually $10.99 a kilo at my green grocer. And they look absolutely beautiful, and they're cheaper than Coles and Woolies actually. The carrots were $1.99 as well. They were loose, and it's actually cheaper than Coles and Woolies this week as well. That was at my green grocer. White radish was $2.99 a kilo at my green grocer. I plan on making a beef type soup with some radish, carrots and onions just as a after gym snack, because I normally get a little bit hungry after the gym and I don't want to be coming home snacking on chips. I'd rather have something a little bit more nutrient dense. Bananas. Okay, so we've got 3 different types of bananas here. This is, I think, extra large sugar banana, so it's very big. These are also the Asian sugar bananas, but as you can see, this one's much bigger than that. I think this one was $5.99 a kilo. This is also $6.99 a kilo, and the regular bananas are $1.99 a kilo at my Asian green grocer. The pineapple was really cheap as well. It's actually really big. I reckon that pineapple is about 2 kilos and it was only $2.99. So I grabbed one. That's going to be for snacking throughout the week. And then I grabbed some beef osso buco at my butcher. I'm going to be slow cooking some beef osso buco with probably some butter beans, lentils, passata, onions, carrots. I'll include all of the cooking clips throughout the week in the video anyways. And then I picked up some beef bones to make my soup for after the gym. And that's pretty much it for today. Hi guys, we popped by the shops after the gym and picked up a few clearance items. So the Masahi energy drink, 0 sugar. It's kind of like a pre-workout, I think. It was on clearance for $4.50 for 4 cans. That's mostly for my partner. We picked up the sweet and sour stir-fry sauce on clearance for $1. Some more of these creamy tomato and mozzarella crouton cuppa soups on clearance for 40 cents at Woolies. And then I also grabbed some freeze-dried salmon belly for my little dog. Normally, I think this is $13 a packet. Seeing as it was half price for $6.50, I figured I would grab this as a treat for him to try. And then I picked up some smoked oysters as well, just for a little bit of extra iron in regards to my intake. And that's pretty much it. Got some markdowns to share with you guys today. I popped by Coles after the gym and I saw these chicken schnitzels. I think it's a pack of 4, so 440 grams. Price was $8, marked down to $1.76. I also picked this up, creamy garlic and parsley dip. I normally use this as a pasta sauce, especially when they're on clearance like this. I haven't tried this particular flavor before, but I have tried the cracked pepper and feta and it's delicious. I also grabbed some of these chicken Kievs. Original price is $9. I would never pay that price for it, but the clearance price for $1.98, I'm happy to pay for that. I grabbed 2 of those. And then I also grabbed one of these southern fried chicken tenders. Price was $8, marked down to $1.76. So most of these will go in the freezer and then I'll pull them out as I need them. This is what we picked up for markdowns today. We actually picked up some protein bars for half price. My partner caved to some of the kettle chips, honey soy chicken chips. I think it was $6 marked out, not marked down, sorry, on sale for $3. Some Yumi, I think they are falafel balls with parsley, coriander, mint and dill. Original price was $6.50, marked down to $1.43. And I picked up some more of this tomato soup. It was on clearance for 40 cents at Woolies, and it's got a pretty low calorie intake there. And then I saw this on clearance at Coles. British sausage, bacon, ham and bacon. I'm assuming this is just smoked bacon. Don't know why it says sausage there. Maybe that's just the brand. So the smoked bacon was $6 per pack on sale or on clearance to $1.32. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might do maybe a creamy pasta with this because I do have some clearance some type of cheesy sauce, which I'll show you guys in the cooking clips anyways. And we had a bit of a sweet tooth today, so we did cave on these pastries. So my partner picked up a fresh cream and jam donut, and then I picked up the banana, sorry, I think this is a banoffee. Yes, it's a banoffee turnover. Original price was $5, on clearance for $1.10. And then the pasta salad was $10, on clearance for $3. The reason why I picked this up is because one, potatoes are expensive in itself, seeing as this is already seasoned, pre-made, really, you just scoop it out and pop it on the plate. And I also had some markdown chicken that I could just chuck in the oven, so that's a quick, easy dinner throughout the week as well. Welcome to the cooking segment of the video, guys. As you can see, I'm throwing together a markdown dinner today using all of these items that I've stored in the freezer when I got them marked down. So I've just chucked everything in the oven really, and then I served it on the side with some of that tabbouleh salad. Really quick and easy and super budget friendly. Alrighty, so this next one requires a little bit more cooking. I've got some onions and minced garlic, and then I got this marked down white sauce. I think it's like a carbonara sauce, and then I pulled out some more markdown seafood marinara from my freezer, and I've just thrown all of that together. I do have a separate pot boiling with some pasta. I basically strain that and toss it in, and that's my marked down seafood marinara creamy carbonara pasta. Next, I've got another markdown meal. So I got these chicken breast Kievs on clearance. I chucked them in the freezer, and then one of the nights I got some markdown potato salad. So I pulled the chicken out, chucked it in the oven, and that was dinner. I do want to mention the markdowns are very hit and miss. I guess I have access to them a little bit more often because I pop by the shops every single day because I go to the gym every single day. So I swing by the shops straight after the gym. So I've got some mushrooms here, which I've sliced up. I think I sauteed the onions and mushrooms together before I added in the bacon, strained the pasta, tossed it in the creamy sauce, and that was my super simple dinner. Alright, so I actually soaked some lentils and dried beans, which I got from my stockpile. I soaked them the night before, and then the next day I chucked them in the slow cooker with some chopped onions, garlic, and I pulled out some diced celery from the freezer. And I've also pulled out some butter beans from my stockpile. I chucked the beef in and the seasoning such as basil, salt, my frozen osso buco, and then I chucked the beans in a little bit closer to when I'm actually going to eat because the beef needs about 10 hours to cook and the beans probably need like 30 minutes in the slow cooker. But that's the finished product, and it was super easy, super yummy, and there were a lot of leftovers for the next day. So this is my last bag of marked down seafood marinara mix. I'm going to use it. I chuck it in the pan with a bit of minced garlic, which is underneath so you guys can't see. Seasoning wise, I use soy sauce and oyster sauce. Veggie wise, I'm using a lot of cabbage today. I tend to cook the seafood first and then take it out and then cook the cabbage in the rest of the sauce because I don't want to overcook the seafood. But that's the finished product. Pretty healthy in my opinion, loaded with veggies and a decent amount of protein, and then I finished it off with a banana smoothie for dessert. I literally just blended up a banana with milk.